Hey everybody, welcome to Galapagos Dragons Will Howl. That was suggested by Stu Harris on YouTube. Support this show, join the 420 Club at patreon.com/gettingdoug. Doug plugs. This Saturday, I'm going to be in Raleigh, North Carolina at Good Nights doing a taping of my podcast, Doug Loves Movies, at 420. So come out to that if you're in the area. And then I'll be back here in Los Angeles on August 27th at the UCB Theater on Franklin Avenue doing a Doug Loves Movies taping at 8 o'clock. And Phoenix, Arizona, I'm coming soon. I'm bringing Taylor Rizzo with me on August 31st, CB Live. It's a new venue in Phoenix, Northern Phoenix, and Rizzo and I are going to be doing stand-up at 420 along with another special guest. And for all my dates and deets and links, go to douglovesmovies.com. Enjoy the show. Blast off! Here we are live in the Spaceman on Tuesday, August something. And I'm so excited because we have one of our favorite guests and what everyone will agree, I think, is a new favorite guest. It's Alison Rosen and Jeff Dye!
Thank you. It was easy.
Wait, who's who?
What do you mean?
Well,
Allison.
Have you been on a bunch?
You've been
I've never been on, no.
Oh, okay.
This is his first time.
I'm the new guest. You're one of the favorites.
Yeah, you've been on a bunch of times.
What, are you having trouble understanding? We've done one sentence. Try to keep up, Allison.
I'm going to stop you after every sentence because I feel like the viewers will enjoy that, right?
They do. They like a lot of interruptions, a lot of chaos.
Right.
They're not here for a mellow experience. They want to be agitated.
I'm hoping. I want them to be anxious, nervous, agitated, and to be like, she talks too fast and too much.
Let's do it all. That's why I thought you and Jeff would be a nice pair together because I think you both make each other happy.
Yeah, I'm Pinky and she's the brain.
That's right.
Perfect.
See,
that's right.
I wasn't going to come out and say that one of you is smart, one of you is a fool. But
They'll put it together.
But this is how silly Jeff is. He just started. How long ago did you start smoking weed?
About 3 months, about 2 months.
Yeah, he's new to it.
Thank you.
I'm so excited when I find out when somebody turns, because I've always thought of him as a non-pot smoker. I invite him, the second I met him, he'd be invited on the show if he smoked weed. But he doesn't. I don't have a bourbon drinking show. Is that
Right, that's the thing. Yeah, alcohol's like the drug I know.
Yeah.
This is like a whole new wonderland of realities.
And you're getting into it and you're enjoying it, as
fun.
I understand it.
Yeah, it's been great.
And you agreed to do this, so I appreciate that.
Thanks for having me.
Can we delve into what changed for you, or does that come later?
Fear. That's all.
We could talk about it the whole time. I mean, it's going to be interesting because he's going to be very naive about a lot of the things that are going on here. And you've never been like a hardcore smoker.
In college, I smoked a lot, but no, I would not consider myself like a super regular smoker.
Well,
although the last time I was on the show, I went home and I took like a 5-hour nap.
Right.
Standard.
Makes sense.
And I thought, I really should avail myself of this more for my sleeping troubles.
It's like we're the opposite of 5-hour energy drink.
Yes.
We're a 5-hour nap maker.
Doug, would you consider yourself a regular smoker?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I smoke all day, every day, and I love it. It's working out for me. But
this is the
you
spectrum.
being new to it, I'm very excited to see what happens today. It's 20 minutes after the hour, which means it's 4:20 somewhere. And
420 somewhere.
we've loaded up all the pipes with the sativa because our guests generally prefer sativa. But do you know what you prefer at this point, Jeff?
No,
sativa
no
or
idea.
indica?
No.
Indica's, indica couch. It's like more of a.
Oh yeah, don't like that.
More of a nap time thing. And Sativa's the up and makes you real chatty and yappy and
I like that one.
life of the party.
I like that one.
Life of the party.
Well, who prefers the other one? This one makes you fun. That one makes you sit in a couch. I definitely want that one.
Well, some people like to just zone out in the couch, like some people want to stay home and,
I feel like most people would want me to do that one.
It makes me sleepy. It makes me sleepy, but also it's all coming, there's so many hybrids now that it's all just, to me, it's just becoming, let's take some weed and get high with it.
Everyone's like a scientist, you know?
People love to talk about the strains and stuff. The sativa today is called Pacific Island Skunk, and the indica is Triangle Mints. Did I already say that?
No.
Okay, good.
I just like the
Who
name.
names them?
I felt like I said it already. The person who invents the strain, I guess, is right there and gets to name it.
That's fun.
And they're getting more and more to me like horses that race, the names that they give them. Where it's just like, it starts to have no personality. It's just a series of words.
Right.
But at least they're maybe working away from, there's like green crack was a big one for a while. And that to me seems a little too scary.
Extreme, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a scary name.
Do you get annoyed by the names?
No.
No?
I'm either amused or don't care. Right. And sometimes it's nice to, meet up with a strain again, but we use different strains on the show every week, and I'll go home some weeks going, oh man, those strains today just weren't up to par.
Well, I'm just saying,
I don't feel high at all.
Sometimes you'll go to a trivia night and everyone's trying to be so cute with the name. Oh, our team name is blee, blee,
Those
blee.
are tough to come up with.
I know.
Tough to come up with a good one. I need one because I think I'm about to join a trivia team.
Oh my gosh.
And I want to
commitment.
throw my weight around and come up with a name. If they've got a name,
It's always something
that
weird
name is
like
out.
Yoda's butthole, and you're like, what? Let's just play trivia.
Yeah, and then the guy running trivia or lady has to say it over and over again throughout the process, and it gets really annoying to have to hear some of, which makes it, maybe that's the idea. Maybe come up with the worst name you could think of, so the person has to say it over and over again. But anyway, please smoke.
Oh, yeah.
Please, here's just enough lighters for each of us.
Oh, boy.
And you can, anything you want to try. You can smoke out of this ducky
What's
if
that
you want. It's the rubber ducky that you can smoke out of.
Adorable.
You suck out of its face and you put your
Cover its
finger
butt.
over its butthole.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Do you want the duck?
You can do
no,
the duck
go
if
for
you
it.
Okay.
want. You want to do the duck?
Yeah.
It's fun.
I feel like it's kind of on brand for me because I'm into ducks.
Well, it's it.
And if I want one thing to come out of this is that I want the messaging to be on brand for me.
Okay.
Right.
So what should you smoke out of? Like a crucifix or something?
Why would that be on brand?
Wait, didn't
Why? Yeah, why did you
didn't
say
used to be
that?
religious?
No. I used to be a young life leader a long time ago when I was 21 before anyone knew me.
Is that religious?
Yeah, somewhat, yeah.
Remember when you were on...
Point made.
Yeah, but
remember
that's
when you
not
did
even
dining?
public information. It's
You did
definitely not my
dining with Doug
brand,
and
ding
Karen?
dong.
Well, I was joking, but when you were on my podcast, I think we talked about that.
Oh.
That's what made me think of it.
He was on Dining with Doug and Karen, and I found out he is pescatarian.
Yeah.
And that's why I asked you why you were a pescatarian, and you said because you like
met a
the
pig.
cuter animals.
Yeah, I met a pig.
And but it's but some people are pescatarian because of being religious.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what I was told.
No, I met
So
a pig, man.
I also assumed you're religious for that reason. So there's a lot of
there's a lot of confusion.
religious
A lot of
presumptions
this
going
religious
around.
thing following you around. You got to
Tell me
shake
more.
it. You got to do something incredibly not religious just to get people to.
How does this thing work?
How doesn't it
Am I
work?
doing it
That's
right?
the question. No, you just there should be a little hole in the side there.
Yep,
You want to
got
put your
it.
finger on. And you just want to light that end and suck
While we
from that end,
flame
like
it
you're
up.
in the library of
Okay, suck.
a Lord of the Rings character. Did it work? Mm-hmm. I like it. I like the blowing the smoke through your nose.
I got a little crumb in there, too.
So yeah, sounds like the perfect hit. How does the duck work out for you?
Good.
You like the duck hit?
Sure.
We got suggestions for what to call the duck.
Oh.
The one that I have at home is called Ducky Barrett after my friend Dickie Barrett.
Boston.
Well, we're gonna switch it up, I guess.
Ducky Barrett.
This one's supposed to be Ducky Barrett, but
Oh.
where the
It kind of just looks
here
like
they
you're
are.
making out with an animal.
it'll just be fun to read the suggestions. Duck Benson.
Oh, I like that.
See, there's already a good one. Donald Dank.
It's harsh. It's a harsh duck.
Dabby Duck. Dubber Rucky. Howard the Pipe.
That might be the winner, actually.
Howard the Pipe. Quacky McDuckface. Rubber Dougie. Ducky McDuckface, the Dank Duck, and the Quackin'. Release the Quackin'.
Ooh.
I like Duck Benson or Howard the Pipe. I think I like
Yeah,
Howard
those
the
are
Pipe.
both great.
Well, which one made you lean over and take a break because you were laughing so hard?
What if we call
Howard the
him?
Pipe.
What if we call him
That's the
Howard the
winner.
Pipe 2, Duck Benson?
Yes.
Yeah.
Unnecessarily not long movie title style name.
Have you smoked out of the duck?
I have, yes.
Oh,
And
thoughts?
like I said, there's a duck at home that I've actually taken on the road and into a bath. I've been in a bath with
Seems appropriate.
one of these.
Because
But the one at home
it
is
harsh.
like it's malfunctioning. I don't know what's wrong with it. I might have to take it to a vet.
Wait, so when you smoked out of that in the bathtub, did it float? Like on top? Oh, that's
Yeah, you could just float it around and be like, "Hey, get over here," But a lighter in this tub and everything. It's a little complicated. I
Yeah.
don't recommend it, but it was fun.
I watched this show about glass blowing in Seattle. Like, it's called Evening Magazine. They did an interview with some glass blowers on Pike's Market or whatever. And they go to this guy and they say, "Isn't glass blowing like really hard on your system and like you can, it's really bad for you. It takes years off your life," scientists say. And he goes, and this is his answer. I'm not making any of this up. This is real. He goes, "Yeah, but to die a little early, to make my art, is worth dying earlier."
Oh.
And then they said, follow-up question, "What do you make most?" He's like, "Mostly bongs and dildos." To die for his art.
That's hilarious.
And he wasn't trying to be funny or anything. He's just like being...
And they do really beautiful work with both of those things these days. There's some really good ones out there.
so funny to me.
Are there a lot of glass dildos?
I think so. I don't know. That's what he said.
Seems dangerous.
I'm not in the dildo market.
Yeah.
Maybe I am.
I know. That's why I thought you would know.
Right.
And I wouldn't.
I'm just saying it seems dangerous, but
I just don't want to speak ill of it because of the old expression, don't throw rocks at glass dildos.
Oh, it's duck time. Howard the Pipe's out. See, if you just say it enough, it'll catch on.
That's good. That's good, Duck.
so Jeff.
Yeah.
No, you go.
I was going to ask if Kevin Smith and you have done all this. Oh, that's incredible.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
That
It's
makes it way
wasteful,
cooler
but
to
it's
me,
fun.
actually. It's wasteful.
Yeah.
Someone else is getting high in here.
I just got shotgunned by a duck and I liked it.
So Jeff,
Yes.
you said that you started smoking 3 years ago because of fear, or fear was what was holding you back before?
No, so 3 months ago.
Months ago.
And also, I have smoked weed. I'm from Seattle, Washington. I've smoked weed probably 20 times in the last, I don't know, years, like decade, over a decade. And it was 14 years is when I first smoked weed. And I've only done it like, a little bit more. And every time I do it, I'm not good at it. And I go crazy and I lose a whole day. And
Wow.
so I was just doing too much. That's all. And my
You got
friends
the rest of
coached
your
me
day
on-
free today? Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Well, actually, no.
What do you have to do?
He's a
I'm
court
going to
date.
see it too.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That'd be
hopefully
great to
this-
be
yeah.
crazy high for.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
It's not out yet. It's a screener.
Yeah.
It's a screening. I could see everyone go, he's not going to that.
It comes out. It comes out in September, I think, like September 7th.
Yeah. This is for
6th, September 6th.
Collider. It's like a video game company sending me. Although my date is being real flaky. She's like, I don't know about scary movies. Like, come, stupid.
Oh, wow. Yeah. If she doesn't like scary movies, this
It's a deal breaker.
might not be good to take her to it too.
Well, but I just wanted to be there.
Sounds like she's
a
also
nice
hasn't
lady.
seen it,
So
so she's going to be confused. Who's that clown?
Yeah, she won't get the plot. She'll be like, I don't know. I need to see something where there were children.
Well, that's the interesting thing to me is just how different a movie it could end up being just because they're all adults now. Like, do they will we see them as kids at all, you think? Or are they just going to be adults through the whole movie?
I don't know. I think they might do flashbacks, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, they got a whole other movie already full of the kids, so they could
use
they
footage
got
from
plenty
that.
of footage, yeah.
A question from someone who hasn't seen or read it, but is afraid of it. Is it too?
You're not having it.
No. Is it too? Like, was that in this story in the book, or is
Yeah,
it
the book
Okay.
is
The second half of the
Got
story.
it.
Yeah, the book is a gigantic fat-ass book that's half about when they were kids and then half about when they're adults.
Right.
And then probably goes off on many tangents in both sections. Like, he is crazy. Like, I read so many of his books, and then at one point I was just like, I can't take it anymore.
Was scaring you too much?
No, not scary at all. Like just detours where you're going page after page after page, going, what is this going to have to do with anything? It's great, it's still great writing and fun and funny. Like I think he's a good writer, but 800-page books, I just can't even.
Yeah, I didn't ever even attempt them.
When he starts writing pamphlets, I'll be back. I'll be back in.
Do you like Stephen King? Did you like all his stuff?
Yeah, I loved it. Well, I loved the book The Shining so much that I was, along with Stephen King, and a lot of people thought that the Kubrick movie was garbage when it came out. Like, really hated it. I even wrote a letter to Stephen King, and he responded.
What did he
Tell
say?
us that story.
I just wrote to him and said, man, they really ruined your book. I'm sorry they did that to your book. I just didn't have the respect for Stanley Kubrick that I do now. But and I like The Shining now as its own thing, but it's not that book at all. That book makes a very sympathetic character become the devil. Jack Nicholson is leering at everybody and acting like a weirdo from frame one of that movie.
Yeah.
So anyway, Stephen King didn't like it. I think to this day he's not happy about it. But he wrote back because he used to type on little 3x5 index cards to his fans.
Whoa.
He wrote
That's
back,
so cool.
thank you. There was typos and stuff, but thank you for.
There was typos.
Thank you for writing out. Sometimes, thank you for reaching out. Sometimes our work gets, interpreted by others, and there's nothing we can do about it. Like, he's really, nice
Diplomatic.
about it. Yeah, exactly. And I have it somewhere, and it was really cool that I got a postcard
sweetheart.
from Stephen King.
It's the original Twitter.
Yeah.
What's he made a movie called Maximum Overdrive, and it's like one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, it's the only
ever.
one he ever directed, I guess.
Yeah, and he was on a ton of drugs when he did it. That's all public information, and I don't have any secret sources. Why would I say that? No, but they asked him later. They say, "Hey, how come you never made any movies after Maximum Overdrive?" And it's this quote. He goes, "Have you seen Maximum Overdrive?" Not his own movie.
He's a funny dude. All right, we got to go to our first of 2 breaks in the show. You can hang out for the whole 45 minutes?
Yeah.
All right, he's in. We'll be checking in on you periodically.
Yeah, I'm feeling
and,
good.
we'll be back after these messages. This episode is sponsored by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. We all know the risks of drunk driving. You could get in a crash and people could get hurt or killed. But here are some surprising statistics. Almost 29 people in the United States die every day in alcohol-impaired vehicle crashes. That's one person every 50 minutes. Even though drunk driving fatalities have fallen by a third in the last 3 decades, drunk driving crashes still claim more than 10,000 lives each year. So make sure you take care of yourself and others. If you're impaired from alcohol, don't get behind the wheel. If you feel different, you drive different. Drive sober or get pulled over. Hey!
Stuff going on in the news?
We're back.
Chair's tall
Well,
today.
yeah, we're out here. Oh, let me reintroduce you guys for anybody that's just joining us. It's Jeff Dye and Alison Rosen, a first-timer and a long-timer. And how are you guys feeling so far?
Good.
Good?
I feel good.
Sometimes people are a little too high to handle the recent developments in cannabis news.
That
But
might
you
be
guys
me.
feel like you don't think you can handle it, Allison?
I might freak out.
Okay, well,
I'll be really gentle
she'll be
today.
as gentle as
There's no
possible.
like heavy news today, I don't think.
That's
we'll
good.
get through it.
I'm gonna put on my glasses
No
to
wrestlers
indicate
died?
what I'm thinking.
let's do it. Let's do some hot topics.
Hot topic. Well, firstly, it's really good to be back. I missed the last 2 episodes because I missed the last tape day because my cat was very unwell, and so.
Breaking news. Cat unwell.
It's
What
like
happened?
2-week-old news.
Oh, sorry.
But I'm really appreciative of all the people that reached out to me, wishing her well. I mean, I'm so happy to say that everything's been like best case scenario so far. So I'm not gonna say we're like 100% in the clear, but with where she was 2 weeks ago, we're really good.
What happened?
Good.
What percentage would you say you're at?
She had a mass that vets were very convinced was definitely cancerous. And that was like definitely what was put into my head. And so 2 weeks ago, while these shows are being filmed, I was at home just with her and having a rough time. But
she's better now.
She's better. She's so much better. It's unbelievable.
You said the news wouldn't be heavy.
Well, this is my personal news. This is
But also,
Pretty heavy.
you know,
No, this
it's
is
only
good news,
tears
yeah.
of joy.
Okay,
Tears
good.
of
This is
joy.
a happy ending.
They have
Tumor
to tear
and
you
all
down.
Yeah.
It's
before
a
they build you
beloved
up.
pet, and if I say any jokes, you know, it's gonna, you might be like, hey, this isn't the part we make fun of.
I mean,
Heavy.
I think we can make fun.
you can
Oh,
make fun
you
of my
got-
cat
Yeah,
to a
the
decent
cat's
amount.
alive.
Yeah, she is named after the legend of Korra. I've gotten that question a lot. I support animated queers. To get into the news, though, I will say, so
Got
2 weeks
queers
ago,
back. You
I
can
was.
say it again. I forgot.
We got it back.
Yeah.
Depends on how you say it.
Well, not what I
Who's
said.
this we? Are you saying this as a straight
I can't
man?
get- Yelling at
When
somebody.
you said queer, like I was like, and I remember, oh yeah, you can
You
say
have,
it again.
to, you have to have yay in front of it or something.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't be hey.
I've never seen a word go back. It was kind of like I was told all life, don't say that, and now it's fine.
Yeah, just be careful how you
mean,
use it.
Yeah, let's still be careful. I
It
don't
sounded
know.
like you were
This is
being.
like a
That's why I giggled. I thought
It's
you were
all
making.
As a queer
contextual.
woman, I am very pro use of the word. I am very pro that specific character because she was one of the first animated bisexual women to be
Wait.
put into a children's show.
Do you remember the exact sentence you said? We should both say it and
As-
see how it sounds when I say it.
I don't think that's a
I
good
mean,
idea.
this show's live and recorded. I mean, everything's going to be out there.
No, that's my point. It's like the way you said it kind of sounded like you.
Allison wants it, and
So
she's
fun.
the
I want-
deciding vote.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's three
Finally.
against one.
Because I support such and
Okay,
such.
both of you
Right?
say it at the same time.
Do you remember the line you said? You said you liked the thing, you watch Netflix or something, and you support blah, blah, blah.
I support animated queers.
There you go.
Yeah.
I support animated queers. Did it sound?
fine.
did it
That's
sound-
fine.
Sounded
That
fine?
sounds totally
All right,
fine.
just practice.
So it doesn't sound mad or anything.
I use queer because I'm uncertain
support
what her
is very
specific
positive.
labeling is. I don't know if she, at the end, identifies as a lesbian or bisexual or anything in
no.
between. So I'm using queer as an overarching.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't say
Umbrella
like,
term.
what's with all these would be a way to not start that sentence.
I just wondered, like, let's say I'm at Starbucks, right, and I'm ordering my coffee. They're like, what'd you do all weekend? I was like, oh, I watch Netflix. I watch this new show. It's called, because I support queers. Wouldn't it sound
Animated
weird?
queers.
Oh, yeah,
Animated
but that's what
queers.
make it, yeah. Yeah, it's,
Yeah, but you could say I support queers. Hashtag pride.
I still can't believe we're getting away with this.
Well, also on this show,
Everyone angry tweet at him after this show, being like, "How dare you?"
I just can't believe that word. I thought we weren't supposed to say it.
what about like retarded? That's not going to come back. That one's
No.
That's
that one's
gone forever. Yeah.
We buried
But then
that.
somebody tried to bring it back on one of my podcasts
Well,
recently.
What
It
did
was
you
shocking.
do? What did you do?
Just one of my guests said it. I was really surprised.
Yeah.
It's just unnecessary. I mean, it's
You're just not used to hearing a
unnecessary
word.
I thought about cutting it out, and I go, "Well, I didn't say it," but
Yeah.
and I immediately say you shouldn't say that.
Right.
We don't say that anymore.
I did a live
Are they
Adams.
older? Sorry.
no.
Just wondering why they would.
No, my age.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so one of us is woke and one of us
of
is
us.
not. Yes, Allison?
I did a live Adam Carolla show, and Todd Glass was the guest, and Adam used that word. And Todd,
Todd.
like,
Oh, my goodness.
laid into him.
Do you think it was effective? Do you think like Adam might have
No.
changed a little bit?
No, but I think that it was interesting and awkward. I want to say it was like 15 to 20 minutes. I could.
Do you think he did it
remember
on
the time wrong,
purpose?
though.
Because you knew Todd was the. I mean, you know.
No. I think he likes that word.
There's a few.
gonna put this
There's a few
together.
people I know that it would be interesting if he said that in front of them. You know, because especially comedians that are, you know, strongly associated with handicapped individuals.
Right.
You know, like if they're part of your family or something.
Do you say it in your act?
What's that?
Any of these words that we're
Animated.
not supposed to say?
No, I mean,
People who use the
I've
R
said
word still-
retardant because something was on fire, and
Yeah.
no, but
They should watch the Peanut Butter Falcon. You really need a reminder to not use
Oh
that
my
word,
God.
even though you should not need that reminder.
But it's so beautiful what
Amazing
happens
film.
to somebody that uses that word. It's pretty awesome. Wow.
Good movie.
We really took a big chunk of time with whatever
yeah.
that was, whatever that conversation was about. Let's do some hot topics.
Yeah. Hot topic. Well, so I do know when I was home 2 weeks ago, just like waiting for that call from the vet was just like the worst thing, like waiting for those results. And I'm so actually thankful for weed in that instance. And so that's why I'm very happy to hear that Pennsylvania a month ago added anxiety to their list of conditions to let you qualify for medical marijuana. And in just 1 month, there's been 3,000 people that have been added to the registry. And so this makes 180,000 patients in total in Pennsylvania, with 2/3 of those people actively purchasing.
That's pretty sweet.
Wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Do
really.
you think all those people are really anxious?
I don't, but I definitely don't want to underestimate how many people do have anxiety at the same time.
Right.
Isn't that something you have to diagnose yourself, right? Or no? Do you have to go to a place and say, hey, doc, do I have anxiety?
Well, if you want to
They'll say, well, you would know.
in California, well, now you could do it online, but in California, at least for a long while there, you would have to go make an appointment with a doctor that pretty much just gives out, medical cards. And but they all do various, I've went to a bunch of them over the years, and they all do it differently. Some really pretend to examine you a little bit, like
Yeah.
they put on a stethoscope and check your heart
Yeah,
and stuff.
he does look anxious.
But they'd all have a sheet. They would just say, "What do what conditions do you need this for?" And they'd list 40 things.
Yeah.
And so I just, I'd check off like 7 or 8 of them, just to be safe, so that you can't just go, well, as it turns out,
Right.
maybe this wouldn't be good for these things you
Right.
picked or whatever. But it's still like a whole scam, because
I got a card over a Skype call once with the doctor, like literally just over, and he's like having a hard time sleeping. I was like, oh, yep. Like
Yeah,
he just
bingo.
said that to me as a thing to
Right.
say. It wasn't even.
Do your eyes hurt when
I
you
won't
look
say
at the
what state
sun?
that was.
Yes? Oh, you need this.
Do you ever have to interact with people in your day-to-day activities? Then you definitely
I
need to be
do.
prescribed
There you
this
go.
right now.
are you a stay-at-home type? Like, there's so many reasons that it would be good. Okay, so is there any more to that story, or is that all the
No, that's that.
Just new patients to the weed
big
community.
moments?
Here's this is fun. We'll see if you guys know this.
Okay.
I just wrote this in because I read this and I thought it was interesting. Bob Marley was notoriously buried with 3 items. Do you know what those 3 items were?
I thought you were coming to do the news. That is, now it's trivia.
Kind of
Well,
a
it's
curveball.
but
All right.
but that
We're
is an
putting you on the
interesting.
spot.
I'm ready.
I thought it
That's
was
an interesting piece of
If-
information that he got buried with 3 things.
A sword?
That's weird.
No.
That would be neat.
That's what I want to get buried with, a bunch of swords. All right, so no.
Take note.
You
gonna
know,
guess?
it's got to be like a joint.
Right or
Got to be like a joint or a blunt.
Oh, yeah, because it's weed news, right?
Well, it's Bob Marley.
One item is definitely weed related.
What was his favorite instrument? Does he have a
Soccer
guitar
ball.
in there with him?
Tacky sack.
Okay.
Every art I ever seen was
There's a
him running around
guitar.
playing soccer.
There-
Like, what? Wasn't that the famous artist?
Pair of sunglasses just in case.
Oh, yeah.
So there was
in
a
case
guitar,
shit's pretty bright.
just flower. It wasn't a bong or a joint, but
flag?
just bud.
Just a bunch of weed.
And then the third item was a Bible.
Oh.
Yeah.
Would never have weed.
Bob Marley,
Bob
half
Marley.
white.
You
I don't
cut
know
it
if
off
you know
at just the right
Rest in
time because we
peace.
weren't going to come up with Bible.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Would not
I
have
just-
thought of that. Would not ever think of that.
Do we have time for another story?
Yeah, please,
Cool.
and make it. Jeff really needs some news.
that. Yeah.
All right, this is hard.
He's really jonesing for
hitting,
news.
friend.
The news.
Starting next year, people that are trying to get jobs in either New York City or Nevada will no longer have to drug test before acquiring the job. They can still be tested once they have it, but they're now deciding that it's just unfair to judge somebody by their past drug use on a job that they don't even have yet.
I agree.
I think it's great.
That is great, but then they're still going to be
There's exceptions,
suspicious
let's
and
be
test
clear.
him like 3 weeks into their job and then
Right.
fire him.
No, definitely. I mean, you still know it's going to come, but
It's going to be like high turnover at that facility. Or in that.
Well, also, that's just their way
It's
of
the city
saving.
or the states that's doing
2
it.
states.
It's New York City, and it's the state of Nevada. I don't think it's New York as a state. I think it is just the city.
Yeah, the city's pretty cool.
But they're just trying to save money or something on the initial tests they have to give?
Or are they saying
Maybe.
Because they're like, we don't want to do everyone. We'll just, when people come in, we'll profile them once they already have the job and see if they're doing drugs then. But would it be a smarter business decision to test everyone before they get the job so you don't waste time with the hiring process?
Well, it is, but I think that's why the judges have ruled that it's unfair to the people to constantly
But
have
they're just
to,
going to test them anyways, like a week.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's horrible. They should test everyone before they come.
All right.
That way they don't risk hiring some drug addict and they're like, well,
maybe they give
we
you-
wasted 2 weeks of
Maybe they give you 1
Yeah, it's
month.
horrible to hire someone that smokes weed. That should never, ever
I
be
was talking
done.
about, I don't think they're
Worst
testing for
workers.
all weed. Do they care about that?
We're talking about all drug testing, so definitely weed, for sure.
This is all weed news. I'm so,
yeah.
This drug
We're
testing,
only doing weed here today.
I didn't know that.
Anyone's being fired from anything. I mean, I guess like if you were operating heavy machinery, fine. But everything else, anyone to be fired because they have marijuana in their system, that's just crazy. Because it stays in your system for so long. So what I was going to say is maybe they also do have to give the person 30 days. Because then if they say 30 days in, now we're going to test you, then it's like, well, we gave you the job with the understanding that you knew that we wouldn't want you to be a pot smoker, like you quit or something.
Right.
It seems like there's usually at least like a 2-week window between accepting a job and starting, right? Because the idea is like you still are probably putting a 2-week at an old job, maybe.
The statement they should have released was like, hey, it costs too much to test every applicant. That cost way too much. Here's what we're gonna do. You don't have to take the test, we save millions, and then when you do get the job, then we'll waste our time harassing you.
Yeah, I think that's what's happening.
Yeah.
That's a
I mean, they
good
got an HR department. They might as well give them
Expensive to
something
test
do.
everyone.
Yeah. Jeff, could you do me a huge favor?
Yeah, bub.
Could you read the names on this card out loud?
DBY19SV031, Patreon. Toby. Kayla Turner. Early Man. What's that one?
What does it say?
It's early, man.
Early Man.
Early Man.
Kyle Schutz. Cole Younger. Cole Younger.
Yeah, I think that sounds like a character name out of a movie.
Yeah, they're messing with you here, huh?
Maybe.
Josh, that's a real one. I'm _01_ Greg and Chuck Pierce.
Thanks for doing that.
Yeah, man. Shout out to all those people.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all members of the Patreon 420 Club, and we appreciate their patronage.
Yeah.
Do you read their name when is that like a perk for becoming?
That's one of the things if you sign up. If you sign up at the $4.20 a month level, you can get your name said out loud by the likes of Jeff Dye. Because I just started doing that. I just started passing it to the guests because I think it's more fun for the person to say, specifically who said it.
Right.
Oh, but maybe
When
they'd
they're
be
bragging
like,
to their friends.
I wish Doug would have said it. That's what I thought.
I wish Doug would just sit there and pass the card to Jeff Dye. He just started smoking weed 3 months ago.
Exactly. And it's like when you're at a concert and they're like, "No, you sing my song." You're like, "But we don't want that. You sing your song."
But they do want it. The drunk people do want to sing.
Yeah,
That's
but
what's
then they never know
annoying.
the words when that happens, and then it's just awkward for everyone.
Well, thank you so much for all the news
I'm so glad. So glad to be back.
and the quizzing. And we'll see you
We're happy the cat's doing
We'll see you on the next show and on the bonus show. Yes, and congratulations on your cat doing
Good job,
better.
Sammy.
Yeah, and
She doesn't watch this.
yeah, but we
watched it with her.
that when she hears her name on the show, she likes it.
It was true.
So that's always nice. And we'll see you later. Thank you, Alicia. We'll be right back. Hey everybody, have you heard about our new show, Doing Doug with Dabs? It's me, Alicia, and Taylor hanging out and doing dabs after tapings of some of the regular shows. Sometimes we'll invite a guest, sometimes it'll just be us. The show drops a couple times a month and is exclusive to members of our 420 Club on Patreon. Want to unwind with us after getting Doug with High? Head over to patreon.com/gettingdoug and sign up today. It supports this show, and in return, we'll send you a signed blue card, read your name during one of the shows, and you'll get early access to our pre-taped episodes. Pretty great! Check out patreon.com/gettingdoug to join today. We're here with Jeff Dye. Check out his podcast, Jeff Dye's Friendship, and he's at Jeff DYE on social media.
True.
And Alison Rosen. You have a show called Childish.
Yes,
and you're
that's
doing a live version
Yes.
of it with guest Andy Richter on September 3rd at the Comedy Store Belly Room. That's a nice venue.
Yes, that'll be my first time there. That's my podcast with Greg Fitzsimmons.
Yeah, I just did Greg's podcast, and he's going to do the food podcast, and it's fun doing each other's podcasts. And your podcast that you do on your own with some of your pals is called Alison Rosen is Your New Best Friend. Oh, and you do cameos? Can you say how much you charge for a cameo?
I just lowered it to $45. I started.
Lowered it to 45.
Where'd you start? $2,000.
Yeah. No, I started. I think at like over 100. And
Really?
Yeah, but you know, the thing about cameos that you realize like, oh, no one is clamoring for access to you if you're me. So
make it higher.
right.
Yeah, so when a nutbag comes along that really wants a message from you,
Yeah.
It only takes
They'll
one
pay
if
the
it's the
price.
price is high enough.
Right.
Because I
You're
could get
right.
2 Shannon Dohertys for the price of your 1 cameo.
She's doing it for $20-something.
50. Because you said 100 was originally
No,
over $100.
I see. No, but now you can get 2 me point something for the price of 1 Shannon.
You've really found a lucrative way to make that money back from
So
it.
what do they get for $40? Just like a 30-second video? 45 seconds?
I did a minute 20.
Fully
yesterday.
clothed, right?
Yeah, fully clothed. Come on.
Just
Fully
still wondering how
clothed?
it's over $100 people were cameoing you. That's insane.
Wait, what?
You should get on there though, Jeff, and have one price with a shirt and one price shirtless.
So I could. I think I'm fine
And
with
Bert
it.
Kreischer should charge less for the shirtless.
But those cameo things like
Cameo.com/Alison Rosen if you want to pay $40 to get her to, you play along with whatever it is they want you to do, right?
I get a lot of birthday requests.
Yeah. See, I'd have a problem with those because I'd love to tell people on their birthday that they're not special.
But see, I bet they'd pay good money for that.
Maybe. Oh, yeah, if they're into being insulted.
there's a comic, I don't remember his name, or maybe I just don't want to say it. He will make fun of your girlfriend or your wife or whatever like that. Like for cameo, that's his shtick.
Like
It's like,
roast you?
yeah, it's kind of like a roast. And he makes money because of the gimmick. So maybe you crapping on their birthday, you probably make some good money on that.
I feel like I should be able to figure. I feel like we all should be able to figure out who you're talking about.
Oh,
I
no,
just
I just don't want
can't,
to. It's like Hitler. I don't want to talk about their name. Give them power. They'll go. all
That's
these
what
times.
happened to the first, to Hitler. It's,
Yeah.
People were just chatting about
kept
him on
tweeting
talk
about him.
shows, and that's
Got
It went to
super
his head.
famous.
got
Yeah,
him up there.
probably how I went.
I mean, yeah, fame is a huge part of it, We had really famous people running against each other in that last election. So it's like, which famous person are you going to vote for?
Nobody.
Obama came out of nowhere, That's what's so awesome about him.
Came out of nowhere.
He wasn't always famous.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't have any reality shows.
I've known about Hillary and Donald for my entire life, I think, most of it. Anyway.
That's how I feel about most actors. I want to see a movie with people I haven't known for most of my life, watching on TV and stuff like that. So a president
agree.
would be nice.
Well, the Dab King is here.
Dab King.
That's
Dab
me.
King of North America.
That's right.
And
Central America, I'm coming for you.
look out, he's going to try to get all the Americas. So he's got this rig. I believe Alison doesn't partake of the
No, this
dabs.
frightens me.
She doesn't dab. And Jeff, you seem early enough in the game that I don't really feel right having you dab. How do you feel about what you've been smoking and your
I like
anxiety
it. I
levels
feel
and
really
stuff?
good.
You feel good?
Occasionally I'll say a sentence and then I go, oh God. Should I say that? But I think that happens in my normal life. I'm
think
just
so.
having a
Yeah.
heightened. No, usually I don't worry.
Yeah.
You're just picking up on
the
it.
extra
I'm picking
level
up on it
easier
right
now, yeah.
The paranoia part is indeed true, but I also do think it's not as much paranoia as it is just, making sure you're not screwing up
Yeah.
under the circumstances. Like that's why I think people drive really well when they're high, is because you're hyper aware of that you're driving and you're high. You don't really lose track of that like you would if you were drunk.
Yeah.
So I'll do one. Because, I got another show and a half to do today, so I might as well fucking tear it up. Basically,
This thing is crazy, man.
It's basically just like a giant vape pen.
Is it from Star
or like,
Wars?
how much bong rips have you done in your smoking career so far?
In your 3 months.
This is the first time I've ever smoked out of something like that.
A pipe. What have you been smoking?
Joints. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So
Pre-rolls, as I've been
are you
told
enjoying
they're
these larger delivery systems, like
Yeah.
getting higher and faster?
I don't know about faster.
Yeah.
Definitely feels good.
Well, if you want to try a bong or a duck,
A dab wouldn't be a terrible thing to do. A small one of
Oh,
those.
look at you. The dab can
You don't seem like
very
someone
persuasive.
who would half-ass things.
That
I
is
don't know. I don't
true.
want to put
It's
that
not
on
my
you.
style to half-ass it.
You just seem like that type of person.
Boy, okay.
There it goes. Oh no.
Not yet.
It's super
That's
easy.
a bad sign.
yet.
When it's red and it's heating
do
up,
it yet.
green means it's good to go, and then
Oh.
back to purple means back to normal.
Back to purple. That means you did it perfect.
That's
Like that game. Bing, bong, boom.
yeah.
It's like that.
What was that? Simon Says?
Simon says. You know the bing, bong, boom game?
Bing, bong, boop. Bong, bing, bing.
I had a little keychain one of those one time.
Yeah, how long did that work?
No, I lost it almost immediately.
You buy a keychain that's a Game Boy?
All right, I have a question. Last time I was on the show, I just smoked out of a pipe, and I got pretty stoned, but not like crazy stoned. But I took like 2 Howard the Pipe hits, and I'm way more stoned than I was last time. Is that I'm taking in like I should have thought about the fact that it's like a much larger quantity of.
Those are like hitting more of like a
like a
bong
bong.
situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you got really good hits
Howard.
off that duck. Yeah, that
Howard.
the duck did you right or wrong depending on how you
It's
feel about it.
right now, but we have. You guys ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
We have rats in our attic, so I have to go home and deal with someone who handles rats, and I feel like I'm a little bit too
That's
Howard
interesting.
the Piped
Wild
to handle
rats?
that.
You didn't buy them.
I don't know. I don't know which way I'd want to go on that because I think maybe you'll be a little bit more relaxed about it because you probably
I'm not relaxed
You're
about
not-
it in general.
you're pretty freaked out about rats.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think maybe being high
Right now I'm
might
more-
make you a little bit more, relaxed.
Right now, I'm more afraid of the exterminator than the rats.
Well,
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a buffer between you and the rats, right?
God
but that's the
willing.
thing. You just have to, realize that if if he scares you, that just think what he's going to do to the rats.
Oh yeah, they should
right.
be afraid.
If
If he's good at his job.
he's gonna,
at least.
if he's intense, he's gonna get the job done. But you never know. There might be a sensitive rat exterminator out there
Just hates rats.
who's just good
rats.
with the people, children, the pets, and then just wants to get those rats
It's a weird job, isn't it?
doing their job.
Yes.
Do you think
Yes.
Pete ever goes after guys like that? Like, you trying to kill all the rats and mice? He's
After the
like,
Orkin man?
You should catch them and then release them. Do you think there's a movement for that?
Catch him.
If
I
you're going to
don't
help
know.
people get rats out of their house, you've got to
I
keep them
think
alive.
even rats, Pete is just like,
Yeah, we're.
there's just so many.
It's like
fucking
mosquitoes.
rats.
They're not going after like
They're not
mosquito
real?
trap companies.
It is sad,
don't
though.
care.
We had,
We do that in our own brains.
I could be
though.
wrong. I mean, maybe they
yeah.
want to protect the rats too.
well, he said to us that he was going to, he was going through all the things he's going to do, and he's going to play his traps and blah, blah, blah. And I made a face, because even though I don't want them in my house, I do think it's sad. And then he's like, he totally shamed me. He's like, you don't want to do live traps, do you? So this is the guy I have to go face later.
Right.
The guy who's got real opinions about rat
Yes,
traps.
he really does.
He wants them dead.
I think
It's his enemy.
I think he should and probably wants to have his own podcast because he does have a lot of opinions.
Yeah, he's like, they
heard
have
so
to die.
much.
I'm the rat man.
He just records all of his rat conversations on his phone anyways without you knowing. I know that guy.
Our next show is going to be August 27th. That'd be a week from today at 12:15. We're trying to bring you, something, a live one or a pre-taped one every Tuesday at 12:15 Pacific time.
Excuse me.
And we should also mention again that Taylor Rizzo is going to go out on the road with me to CB Live in North Phoenix on August 31st.
Yes, I'm really excited about that.
420 stand-up show with me and Taylor and another special guest or two. And it should be pretty fun. Haven't been to that club yet, but I hear it's really nice.
Yeah,
What
it's gonna
city's
be
it?
a lot of fun.
Phoenix.
Northern Phoenix.
Yeah, top Phoenix. Best Phoenix. No, I like all the clubs in Phoenix and Tempe, and this one is probably going to be great too.
It's my favorite town for comedy.
Really?
Arizona.
Interesting. Wintertime or summertime?
Anytime. It's always hot.
It gets,
Doesn't it snow there?
not really.
Once in like the last
Yeah.
100 years.
Like Florida. I guess.
They'll get some chilly nights in winter because it's the desert. But
Yeah.
I love it there.
yeah, I do like it a lot myself. I got to say, I've been going there a lot over the years. Allison, anything else? We've got like 25 seconds.
Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Alison Rosen.
All right, once this turns off, let's do all this.
I'm down.
I wait
You
till
had 45
after the
minutes
show.
to do the whole
I wait
thing.
till afterwards to
Yeah.
start dabbing. And
Yeah, but you did great, and I love that people think you might start dabbing afterwards because that has happened. We've had
That's
guests
true.
that say no on the show, and then
really?
Wow.
I don't know why they'd make that noise.
That's an after show
That's how
dab
much
sound.
they want it. All right, see you guys
All right,
next
bye, guys.
time. Bye bye.